Yeah.
Pickford in the final was brilliant, wasn't he? I mean,
you're right, Donnarumma, the size of him, Ray. Whoa, he's a monster. And he's only young.
I think he's only let one goal in every Italian game, the maximum he's let in. So an amazing player, and he's so good with his feet, Al. You know, goalkeepers got to play out from the back now. You know, he's like a sweeper when he comes out. He's very comfortable on the ball. He's a good passer. But, you know, he's an all-round top goalkeeper.
22,
something like that. So he's got a massive future.
Oh.
I mean, he's going to be unbelievable going forward. He's only going to get better. And what a tournament he had. But let's give Pickford a lot of credit, because semi-final, a lot of people were questioning, saying, well, he's a bit erratic and he's made a few mistakes when he threw the ball out to the Denmark centre-forward. But he had a great final, and he should have been on the winning side.
I don't like the way he screams a lot at his defenders. I don't like that. He doesn't need to do that.
Well, he's up for, you know, he's really upbeat, isn't he? And
he's
up
wants
for
to
it.
calm down a little bit.
Well, yeah, at times.
I'm sure as he gets older, he will.
But he's certainly proved himself on this tournament.
Many times you see that a keeper makes a worldly, makes an absolute great save, tips one round, top corner, picks himself up and screams at everyone who's listening. Why did they do that?
You know, he's more or less saying, come on. I don't want to be making him saves, really. He wants his defenders to close the ball down and not be in that position.
He's saying, what a save that was. Are you going to close down better, or have I got to do this all game? Calm down.
Do you want me to get man in a match if I keep doing this?
Oh dear, honestly.
Well, some people need that sort of height.
Well, he doesn't, because he's a bag of nerves at times. He's just got to calm down.
Well, you can't get more nerves in the final, and he's proved he can handle it. And, you know, that save against Jorginho in a penalty shootout. What a save that was. I remember I know he lost in the end anyway, but when he was walking up to the penalty spot, Jorginho, he don't miss a lot. I thought, we're out. And suddenly he makes that great save and gives you a glimmer of hope.
Right? I'm not going to sit here and have a go at Gareth. I'm not, right? Because the squad he's got is look forward now to Qatar.
Oh, absolutely.
It's got to be. Look forward to Qatar.
Positives.
England must go a long way with that squad. They're going to get better and better. But why against Denmark, and why in the final after 20 minutes where they pressed, they were brilliant, they just suddenly thought, we've done enough? Why?
Well, can you score too early? I mean, in the final, it was the first cross of the game, Trippier. Obviously, great goal from Luke Shaw, had a brilliant tournament.
By the way, that was a great finish, you know.
A brilliant finish, very controlled, half volley. You know, he had a bit of luck, as said before, but he knew exactly what he was trying to do. But I'm totally with you, Al. You sit back. When you invite pressure on, sometimes you go for that second goal.
Second goal kills him off, I think.
It does. I think the Italians would... You know, that's finished. The game's over. I mean, with the crowd as well. You go 2-0 up, the crowd will be right on. You'll be buzzing as a player. You're on the back foot then as if you're an Italian player. But they just dropped off and give that little bit more.
And by dropping off, look what Spain done to them. Busquets and Spain totally dominated the midfield. England, I thought, would dominate.
I think,
they didn't. They
I
did
thought
for 20 minutes.
First half, you know, England played really well. Second half, they're non-existent, and that's what lost them the game. It gives so much confidence to the Italians in that second half, belief.
Yeah,
and that's why they got back into the game. And you know, I thought the penalty shootout it could go either way. Penalty shootouts, we all know that. But their keeper was, Pickford had made 2 great saves as well in that penalty shootout. But it comes down to pressure.
I've read nothing about, the last few days since the final, it's just been about this and that, and it's not nice reading. One thing I will say is, why would you put someone on for a couple of minutes and then throw them a penalty? 2 of them. Why would you do that? I don't get it, me. I don't get it.
There must have been a plan the day before. I mean, surely,
give them 10 minutes.
Surely, if you're a manager, you go round everyone. You have a big squad meeting, say, right, who's going to? Because look, how many games do go to penalties? Quite a few. So you got to have a.
Yeah, but don't put them on with seconds left.
Well, you got to put them on for at least 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Let them get a touch of the ball. Let them be involved in the game, and then, do you want to take a penalty? Yes, go on then.
And look. I'm not in that dressing room. You want lads to say, yeah, I want a penalty. I want one. No problem with that. It doesn't matter about your age. You're there.
No.
People can argue that, Saka should he have took the last one. I'm not too sure about that with all the pressure on him.
He
but
probably wanted to take
he
it.
probably did want to take one, but where you
But I
put
bet
him a
Jack
little bit down.
Grealish wanted to take one.
Well, he come out and said he wanted to take one, so he's a little bit more experienced. I was surprised Raheem Sterling didn't want to take one. He's had a great tournament.
Some forwards are like that, Ray.
But he missed a few for City.
Yeah.
But I just think I can never understand why forwards don't want to take a penalty. I just don't get it, Al. I mean, I'm sure you as a centre forward, you would take a penalty.
I wouldn't be the number one penalty taker,
but you'd take one.
I'd take one,
and
I'd probably smash it. I'd just smash it.
I wouldn't mind seeing him Pickford take one. You see him where he strikes a ball, he just bangs it off.
So it was disappointing, but it's over now, and let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. All the lads will be having a nice break now. Who's been involved in England? They'll be suddenly they'll be looking forward now to the Premier League start again. And
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.